Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-January 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to see what is going on for you. You have this old woman card. It says sadness, female on it, and you also have this this moose card that says acceptance, eccentric on it. There could be some sadness, but I don't know. This looks pretty good to me. It's almost like you're kind of coming out of sadness, or you could be entering into a much more optimistic time, Aquarius. So I wouldn't really worry about that old woman card or whatever it's called here. You could also be attracting a person who is in a period of sadness, so it might not even be you, is what I'm getting here. This moose card, it says like acceptance, eccentric. I kind of feel like you're accepting yourself, but any weird, unique ideas that you have, I would definitely be trying those things. Again, I say it all the time to you, because we have Pluto going into Aquarius this year, and if I were you, and I basically am, because I'm an Aquarius rising, I would be doing, I would be trying, your craziest ideas, because, there's an old saying, just so crazy it might work, and that is like the name of the game for you for the 20 years that Pluto will be in Aquarius. So I would be kind of accepting your crazier ideas. I feel like maybe this could also say like getting over sadness, because maybe you, especially in work or business, maybe you have a history, and I say this because of the Nine of Swords next to the Eight of Swords here. It's like maybe you have a history of trying things and they just don't work, right? Your crazy, unique ideas. But like, now is your time. It is your time to shine. You literally have this peacock spirit that says, let it shine. So I feel like now is your time to shine, but you're going to have to try like a bunch of your ideas. So I would get moving. You have the Lovers, the Sun, and the Page of Cups. For some of you, I do feel, again, it's interesting on this Page of Cups in the After Tarot, that the fish is jumping out of the cup. And sorry, there's like, my nose is itching. So there you go. But what I would say here is that this fish is jumping out there. Some of you could feel like you missed out on a relationship or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's new communication coming in for you. I wouldn't even worry about this. The other thing is you could feel, if it's not love, you could be feeling like you missed out on a dream. Like something isn't, working out for you. But what I have picturing in my head is like a playground, is what's popping into my head here, Aquarius, where, I kind of have this story popping into my head where maybe over the past few years, maybe since the beginning of COVID, you started like a business, or you started doing something new for work or whatever. And I think it was working out, but now it's like I get this feeling of feeling like I'm missing out. So I hope that makes sense. And what I would say to you, if you feel like you're missing out, I feel like what you've been doing is a playground. It's been preparing you for something much bigger, is what this reading is saying to me. So I wouldn't be too worried. I know it can be distressing. Trust me, as someone who has had many failed businesses and someone who has successful businesses now, and I've failed in the recent years too. So it's like nothing is new, right? You're always going to fail. It's just part of life. But what I would say is that, it's like things do get better, things improve. And also, it's like, I know it can be very distressing, like when you lose something that you put a lot of work into, but I really feel there's like a lot of reasons to be optimistic. That's really all I'm getting here. I also kind of, like, again, I'm getting this playground image like popping into my head. The sun can represent your inner child, and so maybe you need more play or more fun in your life. You have this Lovers card here. It is interesting as well that you have the Lovers on the bottom of your clarification deck. So some of you could be focused on love or a decision that needs to be made, is what I'm saying. And what I would say here is like, you have the World, which tells me that maybe some of you feel like you missed out on a love situation, because the World is a card of completion. And you have the Nine of Swords, which is like, do you really need to repeat something again? Do you really need to keep yourself stuck in something, is what I would say here, Aquarius. So I kind of feel that this is encouraging you to search for new love, or for you to search for something new. It could be long distance as well. You have the Three of Wands, the World, Eight of Wands showing up here. So could be something new coming in, and maybe you just have to let the past go, is what this is saying. What I would also say is that I feel like you need to end the cycle of the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. We're going to look more into that in just a minute. But this could be a decision that you need to make, is what I'm saying. With the Lovers, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. If you are meeting new love, Definitely could be a person that you marry in the future. It's also a card of freedom. So I kind of feel like you have to set yourself free. And again, the answer for you is Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords, it basically just says you're too close to a problem. And this could be in work, in business, in any area of your life. And so sometimes we just have to back up, right? We just have to realize that we're too close to a problem. We just have to realize that we need to try something new. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing something when there might be millions of ways to, grow your business or to, write a book or to do whatever it is that you want to do. There's so many ways to do it. And again, I feel that the Four of Wands is a card of freedom. It's also a card of completion. Again, you have a lot of this completion energy here. And the thing that I think you're completing is just this current stage of life. It's like you're upgrading to a new stage. With the Sun, you have the Five of Swords. Some of you, this could be like a disappointment, a separation. But again, I feel like you're moving on to something bigger and better. Whether it's love or business, I don't care. It's like, to me, I feel there has been a disappointment, which we kind of already talked about, right? There's still some sadness, a fish jumping out of the cup on the Page of Cups, but I wouldn't even worry about it. There's like something that you're actually meant for you. Look at this with the Page of Cups. You have the Sun. Again, damn. Aquarius. Having the Sun twice is amazing. Definitely a lot of success. I mean, the Sun automatically makes a reading more positive, and you have it twice here. And not only that, you have this peacock spirit that says, let it shine. Again, I feel like you need to kind of like let your inner light shine. And I kind of feel you need to let something out here, which is your own inner guidance system. I feel like you need to allow your own inner guidance system to guide you. Maybe you feel like you've been making some bad decisions, but I feel like it's only because you're not following your heart is what this is telling me. So it's like, you know what to do, which we see right here, King of Swords. This is your card. This is you showing up here. I feel in the reading is a King of Swords, but I feel like it's saying you need to follow your inner guidance system, not like what everyone else is telling you to do, not what, I don't know, YouTube is telling you to do, right? I would just listen to yourself at this time. I wouldn't even listen to me. People think I'm joking when I say this, but no, I think the way, to me, if, someone is being honest over the next 20 years, then what they will say is, yes, take in my information and then try it out for yourself, see what works, see what doesn't, and then go from there. Because again, to me, there's too much danger as far as like trusting in gurus is concerned. So I'm not a guru. I don't know what I'm talking about. I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. As I always tell people, I have to read things like 900 times to even get it to sink in after that. So again, you shouldn't be listening to me. You should be maybe taking in the information and then looking at what you like, looking at what you don't like, trying it, and then finding out what works for yourself, right? That's how we all need to be in the near future. You also have the World card here. Definitely some sort of completion. I feel like there's like a cycle that has come to a close. It could have you feeling pretty stuck, but I don't know. We're going to look more into this in a minute. I also feel for those of you that want to travel or move, there could be travel or moving coming in for you. You have this Three of Wands. Three of Wands, of course, is a card of expansion, growth, good things coming in for you. It's also a card of leadership as well, and it's kind of like a card of taking a lead. There are some ways to read the Three of Wands where he could be telling these ships where to go. He's kind of like the harbor master on the card. He's like saying, you go here, you go here. So I feel like some of you are like, it's your time to shine. It's your time to kind of direct your own life. And I feel like where you're going is success, good things. Let's see. With the Three of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. I mean, yeah, definitely like some sort of breakup, disappointment that has been going on here. I feel like this is encouraging you to heal. It's encouraging forgiveness. It's encouraging you to heal your heart as well. With the Three of Swords, we have to pull those swords out of our own heart so that we can heal and then, move on to something new. With the World, you have the Page of Swords. I would be curious at this time. I mean, Pluto moving into your sign, I would be as curious as you possibly can for the next 20 years, because you could just be finding yourself being inspired. The Sun, twice in your reading, inspiration for sure. You could find yourself being inspired by new ideas, but these new ideas could take you in new directions that make you a millionaire, that bring love into your life, that bring you to some new location that you fall in love with, right? So, but again, you're not going to find these things if you don't follow your inspiration. With the King of Swords, you have the Judgment card. Some of you are waking up to your purpose as well. So some of you could be becoming more purposeful, and I kind of feel that. I do feel this energy more. It's kind of weird because it's not really what this card means, but I feel like you're looking to do things on purpose, like in a good way. It's sometimes I think we just operate automatically through life, right? We don't really think about the things that we're doing, and that's how we end up on a hamster wheel right here. So I feel like some of you are looking more to like think about your actions. I think you're looking for more ways to, control your own life. Next, you have this card that says, see the good in what you call bad. Nothing in your suffering is meaningless. There you go. And again, this could be a breakup or a separation. You have this comfort card. It says, your income is steady and living comfortably. Keep raising the bar and get out of comfort zones. Yes, this whole entire reading is definitely encouraging you to leave a comfort zone here. I would look at this, again, these past learning experiences that could be painful as growth opportunities. Again, as I always say, I don't believe anything bad really ever happens to us. And people say, how dare you say that? Bad things happen all the time. I'm like, yeah, well, if you look at it that way, sure. But it's like I choose to turn my negative situations into positive situations. So if I were you, that's what I'd be doing with this energy. And again, not telling anyone what to do. Again, someone always like, my aunt got run over by my uncle and she was holding the cat and the cat got run over. Like some sort of, people always have these crazy ass stories that probably never happened. And I'm always like, well, okay, how can you turn it into a positive? I don't care, right? That's what I'd be doing here with this energy. You have the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. This has to come to an end right here, this hamster wheel type situation. Again, Nine of Swords is having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. For some of you, I feel like it's just about making a choice. Like you just have to make a decision to, quit your job and get a better one, or to leave a relationship, get a better one, or to maybe just change your business. Whatever the case may be, I would do it. And again, I feel there's a lot of, sorry, my camera might have just turned off here, but, I feel like there's a lot of happiness, joy, abundance, good things coming in. Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy before you have an energy. I always say, like, he is about to have a feast. He is having a feast on the after tarot here. And, it kind of represents, he looks chubby. It represents the fact that he has had a feast before. So the whole point of this card is that you have to have an energy before you can have an energy. And I definitely think we are in a time where matching energy, becoming the thing that you want before you have it is a good idea. You can do this through imagination, through meditation, whatever you want to do. I would do it. You have this Eight of Wands as well. This is going to lead to quick success. So I feel like there is a very quick success coming in for you with this card. And I feel like there's a lot of happiness as well. I also feel like some of you could be getting some news here. And I feel like this is like good news. And for some of you, I feel like it could be approval. So if you're like waiting for approval, or if you're waiting to, get approved for like a move or travel, is definitely popping into my head as well. Like maybe you're waiting to see if you get approved for a job before you move, or an apartment before you move somewhere or something. I kind of get that popping into my head. So some of you are like getting approval here. Let's see. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, Five of Wands, I thought you had it twice, but I guess not. Five of Wands is a card of adventure. It is a card of conflict and competition, but I always say, I call this card Indiana Jones. To me, it's a card of going on a crazy adventure to get something that you want. And so if there's any like crazy adventures that pull you out of a comfort zone, clearly you have that comfort zone card, I would keep raising the bar. Again, I would not get lazy at this time. If you're making more money, find out how you can double it. Find out how you can multiply it by 10. And again, for all those people that say it's not about the money, my donation link is down below in the description. So feel free to give me all the money you don't want. No problem. I'll take it. With the Nine of Cups, I like abundance, right? With the Nine of Cups, you have the Moon card. So you have the Sun and the Moon. You have the Sun twice. You have the Moon. The Moon exists up here. I always say this to you, Aquarius. You're the only sign that gets this. I feel that for a lot of you, there are some things that would maybe fulfill you more in your life, that would lead to more fulfillment. But I feel like you need to like start bringing them down to earth. For some of you, I feel like it's things you're not doing. Like maybe you're just working hard and you're not, practicing your hobbies or doing things that you enjoy. Maybe you're not socializing. Maybe you're not going out there and, being with people. And I feel like whatever it is, you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. But I would start doing it because I feel like it'll lead to more fulfillment, and it will also probably help you ground things in reality. The moon is just part of life. It's like we never really know what we're doing. I think the secret to success is no successful person knows what they were doing before they became successful. They all just were winging it, right? And the moon kind of like says, wing it. Don't, face your fears and wing whatever you're doing. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, definitely some sort of hamster wheel type situation. Wheel of Fortune asks you to take control. We want to be at the middle of the wheel on the Wheel of Fortune, because the wheel, it's always spinning around us, right? But when we're at the middle of the wheel, things can go positively, things can go negatively, but we can always see what's coming. We also control the direction of the wheel with our vibrations. So making sure that you're staying positive, focused, and focusing on the things that you do want in life, for example, then I think that'll lead to more success. Next, you have this Earth card. It says utilize logic and reason and common sense. Yeah, I mean, I would. This is what I would do if I were you. Is be using your brain at this time. Is basically what that's saying to me. You have the Magician, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Swords here. I feel like the solution to the Eight of Swords, which is being too close to a problem and not realizing that there's more than one way to do things. The solution, I just dropped it, is the Magician. The Magician has mastery. Let's see if I can get the Magician. And I can. The Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. So it basically says maybe you're trying to use money to solve a problem, but maybe you need to use your communication skills, your swords. Maybe you need to use your emotions. Maybe you need to use your creativity. So it kind of says, like, what aren't you doing is what I'm getting here, or what skill are you not using that you could be using to overcome an obstacle? Doesn't even have to be an obstacle. Like I said, maybe your business is growing, but maybe you want to grow it more. Then this says, like, what skill could you use that could grow it more? How can you, double down on it, basically? You have the Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands is a card of kind of trying something again. It kind of says don't give up. I feel, especially for those of you that have a business or, a career, for those of you that are working towards something, I feel like if you've been thinking about giving up, I feel like you need to keep pushing with this energy is what it's encouraging you to do. Also, I always pull the card that the Magician is pointing to. He's pointing to this turkey spirit, which says give with gratitude and grace. So I feel like there's a lot, number one, I would be practicing gratitude. You have all these cards, a law of attraction. Gratitude is like the quickest way to manifest things. I feel there's a ton of abundance. Again, this card's like the Empress. It kind of represents manifesting abundance, creating abundance in your life. So I feel there's a lot of abundance coming in for you here. Let's see. With the Magician, you have the Hermit. I feel like you've been through it, for sure. I feel like you've been, really good. It's kind of funny because the cards are so good, right, in this reading for the most part. But I feel like you've been through a lot of difficulties and challenges. Sometimes I feel like the Hermit is saying, get something for the things that you've been through. Again, if your aunt was run over by your uncle holding a cat, the cat was turned into a pancake. It's like, get something for it. You went through something difficult. Don't just say, oh, this was horrible. It's like, what did you get out of it? Look for the gold, right? And I always encourage people to do that because it's like we don't have to just be miserable about something that happened, right? We can get something for it. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Definitely time to leave a comfort zone, whatever comfort zone. I mean, again, you're going to have to be honest with yourself. I can't tell you what your comfort zones are, but whatever they are, I would be expanding those things. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Devil. Some of you, I feel like, could be escaping a toxic situation, or you could be getting out of a toxic situation with a person, but it could be anything. The Devil can just be something where it's like a black hole. You're putting energy into something and you're just not getting anything back. And I kind of feel that energy here for you, Aquarius, where a lot of you, it's your time to shine, right? Black holes steal light, and light can't escape a black hole. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be removing an energetic black hole from your life as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes here as well. You have this order card. Intuitively, I feel like you want to bring order to a situation where there is no order. I would say this is, just looking at the astrology as well. Personally, I don't think, it's not that we shouldn't be organized, but because I do think we should try to be organized, but I just think that the universe is really encouraging spontaneous energy. But also, it's like if you think something that you set out to do is going to go a certain direction, and if you're too fixed on how it's going to go, like a relationship, a business, whatever, it's probably not going to happen like that. So I'd stay open to different ways of doing things. You have this... Are you kidding me? You have this organization card. So it's like you're trying to be organized, but it's like, I don't think I think you should be organized, but I just don't think you should be too fixed in how things work out. Next, you have the seduction card. Definitely could be love coming in for you, although I wouldn't say there is love here, but I wouldn't say it's not a dominant energy here. But if you want love, I do feel like you could be meeting a person who is very seductive, very attractive. It could be a Leo, your opposite sign. Could also be a Gemini. Could be a Capricorn as well. Could be any sign. It's a general reading. But again, I do feel like there could be a very seductive energy here. You have the Fortune card. Love it. This is like the sun. This is the sun in Leo. You have the sun basically 3 times now. So there's clearly a lot of reasons for you to be happy and optimistic about the next 3 months. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in here as well. And finally, you have this enthusiasm card. Are you kidding? Didn't I say something about enthusiasm at the beginning of the reading? I'm pretty sure I said that it's a very enthusiastic time. I would be following your enthusiasm, meaning like if you feel enthusiastic about something, I feel that's like the universe saying like, yes, move towards this idea, move in this direction. It will make you successful. But pretty interesting reading here, Aquarius. I like this. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.